We are out here with Chloe, so I'm just warming her up a little bit where we're practicing having her on leash in a tight public spot where people are walking past. So one of the things I like to practice in these areas is being able to call our dogs into heel as people are walking by. Good. So that we're out of the way. Good girl. Nice. And I'm paying her for the same stuff that we were doing before where we're working on distractions. I want her to observe and notice. Good. Distractions. Good. Good. And just like all the other behaviors, heel has that implied stay. So we want her to maintain this behavior until she's released. Good. Okay. Perfect. So we should really see like a clear distinction. I'm going to call you into heel. Good girl. Good. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So that was great where she looked at the distraction or the person and she looked back at me and orienting to me. That's exactly what we've been paying her lots and lots for. So there should be a nice distinction between what we call loose leash walking and heeling. Loose leash walking, I might follow her, she might follow me, but there's no like clear directive except that I don't want her to pull into the end of her leash, which she's doing a little bit of. Good job. Yes, ma'am. So I might be pairing the end of her leash, like pressure, with my clicker a little bit out here just to get her a little bit doing that yield to leash exercise and remembering, oh yeah, I'm supposed to yield instead of continuing to pull into leash pressure. Good. So little leash pressure, click. Good. Once I see her yielding on her own, I'm going to remove the clicker so it doesn't become a game of I hit the end of the leash and then I get rewarded. Good girl. Another thing we're going to work on is we're going to revisit place. So she did place in the puppy program, and in the partner program we kind of raise. Good. So I'm doing a little active release right there when she's pulling. So rather than continuing to use my clicker and have it become almost as if we're rewarding her for pulling, I'm going to actually just do a active release where we're kind of like pulling and letting go. Good. And removing the food aspect of it. Good. Good. So I'm just anticipating that kind of movement. She went to kind of go that way. I used a little bit of pressure, released it when she yielded. Good. Because we just generally want her on a loose leash. Tight leash means you need to change or fix something. All right. So back to place. So in the partner, we're going to get out of the sun too. I bet you're hot, you little muppet. In the puppy program, we introduced like kind of just the foundations. Is the place bed on the camera over here?
Yep.
Perfect. So we're going to kind of expect a little bit more from her on the place bed and raise the criteria just a little bit. So we're going to have her go to place. She looks like she's inclined to do. You got to get your bum up there. Place. Good. Good. So I want to see that she starts to settle. So one of the cool things that place can help us achieve is capturing the act of self-regulation. And so the key to self-regulation is that the dog does it themselves. So generally one of the best ways, I'm going to kind of step in here as this becomes like a heavy distraction. Good. Oops, Good. So if she steps off a place, I'm going to use my no reward marker with pressure, release the pressure when she's correct. So with self-regulation, we generally like to use what we call positional, what is it called? Positional, oops, I lost the word. No, So let me help her out real quick because she's kind of getting wigged out because there's a cart. Good. Is that cart scary to you? Come here. Oh, we're not going to freak out. Good job. Nice. Good. Yeah, you're cool. No worries. Anyway, I remembered the word. It's posture facilitated relaxation. So anytime you're training out in the wild like this, obviously you kind of have to maintain your focus on your dog It looks like that squeaky wheeled cart was a little bit worrisome for her. So I would be inclined to be like, hey, where can I find more of those squeaky wheeled carts? Maybe a grocery store. Walmart has particularly squeaky carts. That might be a good place to practice, because I'd want to make sure that we're not encountering that with fear, right? Perfect. So posture facilitated relaxation is where we're relying on the dog's posture to help facilitate relaxation. So if the dog is in a physical position of calm, her brain is more likely to follow. So this is going to be how we capture the act of self-regulation. So we're going to ask Chloe, boop, boop, to go to place. Good girl. She's going from standing to sitting, which is nice. But what we really like to see is having her go from sitting to laying down. So making herself more comfortable. What happens is that we start to, I'm actually going to step in and help her with a, oops, place. Good. Good. And actually place would be really good for her to practice having a little bit more confidence around some of these. Place should essentially become her safe space. So even though there's distractions, it would be really good for me to have her hold place, and what she would see, it basically becomes what we call faith and handler. So she's going to see me actually repel people that would potentially kind of want to invade her space right here. I'm happy for her to do polite greetings when we're working on that, but on place she should feel very safe, and I should be able to even call her into place even if we don't have a place bed. When something spooky's happening, and she should start to know that she'd have many experiences where I'm like, oh, actually she's working. We're not going to say hi right now, but we appreciate it. So that's going to give her a little bit more confidence as well. So we might even need to capture this inside. I kind of wasn't sure how far along we would be. She looks like she's having a hard time maintaining place, and she's breaking without being released a little bit. And I think that's just because she's a bit nervous of some of the stuff that's going on in the background. Good girl. So I'm going to give her a little bit of help. I'm going to feed her a little bit low on the bed without asking her to go into a DOWN. I'm just going to kind of lure her there with some food. Good. And then I'm going to release her. Okay. Perfect. I'm going to give her a second to reset. I'm going to say, Chloe, place. Good. I'm going to withhold reinforcement unless I have some kind of heavy distraction. Using spatial pressure here. Good. I'm going to untangle her foot. Good. So a little bit of a heavy distraction. I'll go ahead and reinforce her there. Good. So we're technically working on more than one thing right now. I want to capture settling on place, but the distraction level of the environment, in order to really make her successful, I'm having to step in and reinforce her. So that's kind of conflicting. Woo. She looks like she might get settled here. Good girl, I'm going to help you out a little. Good. Good. And that's not the most relaxed. Yeah, she wants to kind of pop back up. So I think we're going to have to work on getting her settling on place inside the studio in our little fishbowl environment where we can control all the variables and get that up to speed before I can expect her to do it in this environment, right? But she's doing good dealing with all this stuff anyway. There she is. Good girl. Good job. Okay. Yay! So part of the reward is getting released. Yeah. Good job. Perfect. And now that I saw her do that, I'm almost inclined to do it one more time.
How we doing?
Hey, Stormy.
You doing a video?
Yeah.
All right.
There's this mantra in dog training where we say no more one more time. You get a really good rep and you should really end it. But I want to do it one more time, please, because I think I really want to see that light bulb moment where she goes, my job is to settle. Good girl. Good. Okay. So what's happening right now is we're getting the posture facilitation. So we're getting the posture right. She's going there and she's like, oh, I get it. You like when I get on place and assume this position. However, she's not actually very relaxed just yet. That's kind of the next part. So she's going to naturally start to be much more relaxed when she's in that down. And you'll note, I don't know if we could see it, I'm sure you can see it in the video. She's not in like a Sphinx style down. She's actually in a kicked out hip, kind of kicked out, relaxed shoulder posture. So that's going to make her much more likely to be relaxed around kind of worrisome things. And so that's what we're after. So she's doing really great. I think we are going to end it here because I really like that. Good job, Chloe. Good job.